Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Firefighters Chalkboard. I'm your host, Uncle Wayne, and here we go. Another episode for the February Fools Podcast Bash. And tonight we have got the New England Fools on. I've got two fine gentlemen here, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and we'll start talking about their chapter.
I'm Chris Gray, New England Fools chapter, Rhode Island representative, that little tiny state up north. Been in for a little while now with Rusty and the boys, and I'm going to tell you, it's been an absolutely amazing journey with him and the rest of the guys in that chapter. They give out some of the best high quality training to some of the smallest places where I haven't even heard of, being from where I'm from, in Vermont and New Hampshire and in Maine. It's just an unbelievable cadre of instructors who are down to earth. They're real people, and what they deliver is real life stuff. There's no baloney, no BS coming out of their mouth. The guys are pretty amazing. I got involved several years ago. One of the members was a good friend of mine, and he called up and asked if I wanted to join and come up. I said, yeah, absolutely, that would be great. I do a lot of teaching here in Rhode Island with our Rhode Island Fire Academy. I have my own training company here as well. So I said it'd be great. It'd be nice to come up there and go do that. And I'm going to tell you what, when I got there, I was welcomed with open arms as some of the best in the business. And I haven't looked back since. Some of the stuff, like, for example, the next conference that's coming up for us in Maine is another phenomenal conference. A lot of great speakers, a lot of down-to-earth people that are going to be speaking, some locals, some big names as well. And what do we call it, Rusty? The biggest little conference? Oh, the biggest little conference in the Northeast? Yep. And it truly is that. I was asked to go and speak at that as well. Last year, Rusty asked me to come in. And again, besides sitting there, I learned a ton of stuff from people there. And I'm one of my 33rd.
Yep.
They're calling us back in for that hazmat.
Yep. Because it just knocked you off.
Yeah.
All right. We'll just keep it rolling.
My name is Rusty Ricker. I'm the current president of the New England Fools, one of the founders of the New England Fools. Started out as a little idea back in 2002 with some guys over AIM. Chris, I know you're old enough to remember it. Wayne, if your youngest daughter is a senior, you're old enough to remember it too. But started out over AOL Messenger, and the idea was that we just get a bunch of like-minded guys together from Maine, New Hampshire, and northeastern Massachusetts. And we started with, I don't know, the 6 that had to sign to become a chapter. And last count, we're at like 625 somewhat members from all 6 New England states and up into the Canadian Maritimes. We have, in our time, so this is what, year 23? So we officially started January of 03. Excuse me. In our time, we have absorbed 11 different chapters in New England, absorbed their members, taking them in with us, and just grown and grown and grown exponentially from there. And 3 years ago at the summit, so we run a big conference every March called the Northeastern Fire Summit.
I'm actually looking at it right now.
Yeah. So we had some guys come down from New Brunswick, Canada. And at a break, they said, hey, the group that was up around us, the Fools of the Atlantic, folded. Can we join your chapter? Geez, I don't know. Threw a text out there to the international president and vice president. I said, hey, these guys are interested, and what do you think? And their answer was, we don't see international borders. So right there on a Saturday evening, in the midst of, I think Ray was lecturing, is who it was. But in the midst of the lecture, we went international, which is mind-boggling to me. And at this point, I think we have at least a dozen members from Canada
Wow, that's
in
great.
the chapter, as well as, like I said, 600 plus from all over New England. The smallest small town and the biggest big city. Um, probationary firemen, fire chiefs, city fire chiefs, state fire marshal. We've got them all. Everybody in between. So
Looking at social media page for your Fools chapter, we got to start off with. I want to throw some prayers out for some of your members. You've had a lot of big things popping up in the news from your chapter. You had, Nathaniel Keller, one of your guys that was
yeah,
caught in that explosion. It's good. It's showing that he was discharged. He's going home. He's home.
yep, he's home.
That's really good. And we won't talk about last night. I'll leave that alone.
Hey, talk about it all you want. I'm a hockey fan.
That's me, and that's weird because I'm from the South. So I mean, I love my Hurricanes. So
Oh, Hartford Whalers. That's why you like them so much.
yeah, believe it or not, you do see a ton of Whalers jerseys at every Hurricane game, and they still sell them. They still sell the Whalers jerseys there.
So they played, and whoever the Nordiques recently played a game in the 80s livery of those two teams.
So you got your big thing coming up is the summit, right?
Big thing is the summit. We do that every March. Started back in 2012. So let me back. Since 2004, we have done training. We started out as primarily, like every other Fools group, we're, a social organization, fraternal social organization. And 2003, one of the guys from the Central Florida Fools, his mother-in-law lives up in Maine. She had a fire on her property. And I picked his wife up at the airport as a favor to him, and drove her up to Maine, gave her a ride to her mom's, everything else. So he had come to me and said, "Hey," he says, "wondering if you guys would be interested in doing a hands-on at the site." Yeah, we could do something. So we put together a hands-on training. It was just a single day, little thing. I think there were maybe 15 people there, but it was a start, and it established us right away as training is something that we really wanted to be focusing on as a chapter. We hit the ground running from there. So every year we try, and last year we backed off a little because there's so much great stuff going on in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to compete with anybody. So this year's kind of shaping up to be the same way. There's so many other little things, conferences and trainings that have popped up in the spring that I've kind of not really been aggressively looking to do something in the spring. But for years and years and years, we did spring training. Sometime in that late March to late April, late March to early May time frame to be the first ones out there to do something before the season, if you will, kicked off. And we did that right up until 2 years ago. And like I said, last year, there's just so many other great little conferences that have popped up. We didn't want to compete with them. Chris and I went down last year to the Metro Boston Fire School at Foxborough Stadium, next to Foxborough Stadium. And they're one. Cumberland County Attack School up in Maine is another one that they're doing great things. We just didn't want to step on anybody's toes. Didn't want to be competing with anybody for students and for money. We know what we've got for a following,
Mm-hmm.
and didn't want to take away from anybody else. So we started doing the summit back in 2012. We bopped around. We started it in New Hampshire. We did it at the New Hampshire Fire Academy. Did it in Maine and at MSFI for a couple of years, and we bounced around at different places. And in 2018, we found this place in Wells, the Village by the Sea, which is in southern Maine. It's easily accessible from anywhere in New England. 3 airports that are within a reasonable drive. So it's a great spot. The rooms are on the property. The event space is right on Route 1. The event space is right there. You don't have to leave. You get there Friday morning. You don't have to leave the property until Sunday when it's time to go home. We've got it set up that we feed you the whole time. We've got a hospitality room if you want to drink after hours, hang out after hours, and howl at the moon, whatever. We give you that opportunity. We have late night food Friday and Saturday night, as well as the bar is open fairly late Friday and Saturday night after the lectures to give you that social aspect, that social opportunity as well. It's expanded. It was just Friday. It started out actually just as Saturday, and it was Friday night and Saturday, and then it was Friday night, Saturday, and Saturday night, and then we expanded into Sunday. And a couple of years ago, geez, we've almost outgrown the event space, but it's such a great spot. We don't want to leave it. So what can we do to maximize this spot that we're at the Village by the Sea? So we did what we just started calling a pre-conference. So this year we have 5 different speakers before the keynote address on Friday. So you get there before lunchtime on Friday, roll right through 5 speakers, 5 one-hour presentations, all local guys, all not only local guys, but they're all New England Fools members that are speaking as well. Friday night we have Larry DiCamillo from Texas is our keynote speaker. Saturday we have we split into a leadership track and a tactical track.
Okay.
So we have 4 speakers for leadership and 4 speakers for tactical during the day. Take a break, and then we traditionally had a speaker on Saturday nights. We kind of batted around the idea of doing something a little different this year. So what we did was we're going to have all of the presenters get together and just do a roundtable Q&A session with the audience. Bar is going to be open. We do a barbecue buffet dinner prior to. Bar's open, and sit around and talk. See what we come up with for questions. Chris is actually going to be moderating it for us this year. And then this year on Sunday, we have 2 speakers, both New England Fools members, both members of our instructor cadre. They are going to be doing 1 4-hour presentation on engine and truck ops that they've been dying to put together, and we gave them the opportunity to. So,
Okay, that's David.
Date is March 13th to the 15th.
No, that's David doing that class, that 4-hour
Yeah,
class.
Dave. Yep.
I actually met him this last weekend. He was with Ray McCormack, and I did a round table with Ray up in Greenville.
Yep.
So that was really good.
Yeah, Ray.
So right now your numbers are looking great for this thing. You've got 287 people on social media just saying they're interested in coming to the summit, and I'm sure you have huge crowds come every year because you've got a lineup here. I mean, you've got some rock solid classes and speakers and instructors, and
we try. I'll be honest. I'm very understated when it comes to this stuff. We try.
Yeah.
To me, I bring in the guys I want to hear. I bring in my friends that I want to hang out with when they're not speaking, and give, I want to hear what these guys have to say and give them a platform and go from there. I mean, I just clicked over. I'm looking. So we have 100 through the ticketing website. We have 132 tickets sold.
Good.
And I know I think I have another 15 or 20 invoiced out directly. So, and we sell out at 200.
Okay.
So we're fast approaching. I mean, if you're thinking about it, it's a short drive. Oh, it's a day's drive from almost anywhere. Like say where you are. I'll just throw that out there. But definitely from anywhere in New England, it's a short ride.
I have made that drive in one day before. It's not fun, but I have made that drive. But looking really good numbers. So anybody's listening up, if you want to go to the Northeastern Fire Summit, there's not but a handful of tickets left. You need to look roughly 50-ish, something like
50-ish, and that's between the two. That's between the 2 tracks.
Yeah.
Without really getting deep into the weeds here as to which and what.
Yeah.
There is definitely more.
So, Rusty, have y'all got any kind of fundraising stuff going on? The chapter's working on, or
Currently, not really. We just did last fall. We did a helmet fundraiser. One of the girls on my job has been diagnosed for the second time with cancer,
wow,
and so she's currently in the fight of her life. And we raised, I think we gave her a check for $26,000
bravo!
through generous donations from our friends that are helmet vendors and some others. And even better was we had a couple of the winners that just knew her. They weren't really firefighters, and they want a leather fire helmet. And they went, we don't know what we're going to do with this. You guys do something again with it. So I was able to take and roll those prizes over again. Basically resold them.
Yeah,
for a second quicker raffle. So we do stuff like that occasionally throughout the year. But also, if somebody's got somebody that's sick, we make donations constantly.
Yeah,
over the course of the year. Almost any time something pops up, we make a donation to it.
I mean,
especially firefighter family, firefighter that's sick, whatever. You can almost count on us being involved with it.
That's what it's all about, brothers helping brothers in times of need. And
absolutely,
you guys have got a rock solid chapter that's kicking butt. I mean, they really are. Once again, guys, we got the convention coming up. I'm going to check into this. I might be able to sneak away. The Northeastern Fire Summit. It's going to be, what's the date on it? March the 13th. 10 a.m. is when it kicks off. Got tons of guys, 5 speakers before the keynote ever hits in that night. You can go in and have a great time, stay on site the whole time. You don't have to worry about getting an Uber, going anywhere. You get there, you can stay there till it's time to go home. And I'm pretty sure the networking opportunity is, second to none there.
Somebody described it to me as somebody that goes as a vendor that goes around to a bunch of the different conferences and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The larger ones, he said he likes this one because he considers it the people's conference.
There you go.
Sounds very Marxist to me, but comrade.
I mean, it's not so much of a production as it is really jumping in and enjoying the brotherhood, the actual fraternal part of what the pools is and everything.
We've had speakers. We've had speakers that have come in and said, hands down, it's one of the best experiences they've ever had. And these are guys that are speaking at FDIC and around the country. I mean, obviously, guys from our chapter are a little biased that it's a good take, but when you get somebody that's out there on the circuit saying they have had a better time this weekend than they ever have at anything else, it's pretty okay.
That's a lot. Yeah, that says
so. So, quick story about that last year. You know who Paul Combs is, right?
Absolutely.
So I have been reading and seeing his artwork in magazines since I first started, and kind of like a little bit of a hero to me. A lot of his caricatures and stuff. I just think he's an amazing guy. So here I am. I gave my presentation. I was using a MacBook. So the next person comes up and they're struggling trying to get their computer up and running and getting the interface with the projector. And Rusty says, "Hey, Chris, could you go give him a hand setting that up?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And so I go over there and I go onto his computer and I start figuring stuff out. And then I'm like, "Yeah, you should be all set." And I look at the open and slide, and it's a Paul Combs cartoon. And that's when I spun around and look at the guy standing next to me and working on his computer. It's Paul Combs.
Wow.
I had never met him in my entire life, and I was like in awe, seeing him there. And like everybody, like all the instructors and the presenters that are there, he was down to earth, like sat there and talked with you, answered the questions, anything you wanted to ask. Like that's the whole conference. All these presenters literally will sit down at the table and talk with you.
Yeah.
They're an amazing people. That's just why this conference is such a big deal to me, why I love going.
Absolutely. That'd be great. I mean, because it's able for everybody just to be themselves, and they're not getting bombarded and stuff like that. And you've
Yeah.
got time to actually talk and enjoy company with each other. And because all the guys that are on the circuit and stuff, they like to hang out and talk shop and beat a job. They want to be normal people too. You know.
So, the running joke with Paul is, "Wow, you're a fireman too? You're actually a fireman?"
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-mm.
And yeah, I mean, they're going to the same jobs as we are. So obviously, some of them are busier, some of them aren't. You know,
Hey.
But-
But it's all got a common thing, and that's a love for our job. If they're doing anything with the fools, they truly love what we do, and they want to try to help everybody be better in the craft.
and that's the benefit of the fools in general too. Is you're not getting those guys that are going to be looking down their nose at you. You're not going to get the guys that are, "I'm a speaker, you cannot kiss the ring" kind of crap. You know, you're just not going to get those guys.
No.
Certainly not in New England. So you're
No.
not going to get those guys. I think I can safely say in any fool's setting, you're not going to get it because it's just not. It's counter to everything that the fool stands for, believes in, and everything else.
Yeah. And it's something that there are tons and tons of people across the country that feel really strongly about. It's just, and that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this little project, was to make it to where we learn a little bit about each other more. Because how often do the different chapters get to hear about what other chapters are doing and truly be able to have a way to network? You know, there's no telling how many emails Rusty might get tomorrow after all this is over with. People wanting to network and come do training with them. I mean, because think of the weather. I mean, when this thing kicks off, it's already going to be 90 degrees where I'm at. I mean, I might be ready for some cooler weather by then already.
3 years ago, we got 15 inches of snow on
Yep.
Saturday
Wow.
while everybody
did.
was inside listening.
I've had enough of that already this year. We got 6 inches. I don't want any more.
That's a lot for you guys, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got quite a bit here at the house, but yeah, I mean, I'm the Northeast regional rep for the international, so I get a lot of emails anyway. And they just expanded my territory down into the Carolinas, so I'm basically
Really?
all on the East Coast. Yeah,
How far down
They-
in Carolina?
I had a lot of territory, but it was all my territory with the New England Fools, so I was just talking to myself. So they expanded the number of chapters that came under my.
So you got north and south?
Yeah.
You probably got
Yep.
up in
Oh yeah, absolutely. Which
uh,
chapter?
saltwater.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yep.
I am your regional rep. So if you have any problems,
Ah,
free to reach out.
all right.
I'll kick it to somebody else really quick.
Hey, at least he's honest, everybody.
Yeah, I'll put it right to Dave.
All right. Well, Rusty, before we go to wrap everything up, and Chris, is there, can you throw your email out or something, or a way if people want to get a hold of you about the conference or whatever, so they can contact with you?
Yeah, if they want, they can hit us up on our socials. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, whatever the hell it is these days.
Yeah.
We're at New England Fools on each platform.
Okay. Cool.
Easily found. My email is newenglandfoolspresident@gmail. I'm the least difficult person to catch up with, so
I can vouch for that. It was not hard.
Reach right out. And anybody in any other chapters, any questions about anything, reach out to us. We're happy to engage. You said you were dealing with the Mississippi guys and their conference. We met a couple of those guys 2 years ago at convention and formed a fast friendship. They came up to the summit last year and saw how we did things. And Chris went down last year and spoke at the Old South Fools Summit.
Mhm.
So we've definitely, breached some borders without subtitles for a lot of these starting out chapters. Old South and Mississippi Mayhem.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of the other.
Coastal
Magnolia.
Magnolia.
Thank you. I could picture the their logo.
We've already done Coastal Magnolia. I've got Mississippi Mayhem and Old South both coming on.
Good people.
Yep.
Good people.
So they're getting early.
Yeah,
shout out.
fantastic.
Yeah,
And
Jacob.
it's nice weather too.
Yeah, much nicer weather.
I don't know. I just went through Mississippi a week and a half ago, and I was stuck on the interstate for 14 hours because it was iced over.
I was going to say, Jacob was sending me some pictures. They
Yeah.
didn't have exactly nice weather per se.
Listen, we got what, 3 feet of snow right now, Rusty? I'll take a little bit of ice for a couple of days versus 3 feet of snow. It's been here for weeks.
My power never blinked.
Neither did mine.
One out. There's one out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Jacob hooked up with us a couple of years ago down in Baton Rouge, and hung out with us for the week through convention, and just we hit it off, and just had a blast. And their chapter, what they're doing down there is fantastic stuff. So hopefully they'll be as successful as some of the other bigger chapters have been through the years, and can really make it work.
Maybe.
Yeah, they got some solid people down there. They really do. Some real solid people believe in the mission, and it was amazing seeing them.
Yeah, and they're not scared to reach out and try to get the word out to try to help them push it. I mean, they're really eager.
No.
And so, guys, have you got anything else you want to throw on there to wrap up with?
No, just come on up to the conference. Hospitality is going to be great. Speakers are going to be great. We'd love to have you up there, no matter where you're from, down south, Midwest, whatever it is. I'm trying to get some. Was a little upset. A friend of mine from Copper State Fools in Arizona wanted to come out, but he's got. There's another one another conference that's going on that he's at. So he was unable to make it. We're trying to get drumming up more people from the Midwest and the West, try to come out to this conference to see how we do things out here. And not saying we're perfect, but we're trying hard and we're doing our best and trying to provide a good thing and continue that message.
All right, guys, everybody, this is Rusty and Chris from the New England Fools. Reach out to them. They got a good conference coming up. Guys, we're going to wrap it up. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe, whatever you need to. Remember, reach out to your brothers. If they're not in the Fools chapter with you, get them in the Fools chapter with you. The more people we get, the more brotherhood, gets stronger, the more availability we can to train, help each other get better. That's what it's all about. Till next time, stay safe, keep learning, and we'll see you in the next, guys. Step up to the chalkboard.